Hello! It's been a really long time since I filmed a YouTube video, but it's a new year and I really want to try filming more video content in general. Also, here is my new monkey sweater. I probably already posted it by now, like on my Instagram, which you should follow if you're not. But yeah, anyways. I want to talk about video games from my childhood because I miss them. I miss the feeling of getting into a virtual world and working my little virtual job and then decorating my little home, because it's not the same. I also just miss playing video games as a kid in general, because I think that it felt different because I was a baby kid and the games just were different. When I think of a childhood game that is really close to my heart, the first one that comes to mind is always going to be Kingdom Hearts. The first one I actually finished was Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't remember when that came out, but I remember getting it just a little bit after it came out, and that was actually the first one that I finished by myself. And a lot of people don't like that one, which I didn't realize, which I guess is fair, but I like it because it's just fun. But before Kingdom Hearts 3, I used to just watch my dad play on the first PlayStation on the little box TV, and I would swim around in the aerial world when he wasn't playing. I liked swimming around in the aerial world with a little merman, merboy, Sora. I would love playing that little music mini game where you get to play the music with the little fish and stuff. And then I would play for hours when we would rent that game or Kingdom Hearts 2 from Redbox. But overall, I just love the game because I love the characters and I love the story and I love just what the game is about. I honestly think that someone who wholeheartedly loves Kingdom Hearts, it's part of their personality, I think it's a sign of them having a good heart, because that's quite literally what the game is about. It's about friendship and having a pure heart. That's literally what it's about. Another game from my childhood is Animal Crossing, but the first Animal Crossing game I ever played was City Folk on my Wii, and I didn't really know what I was doing because I was a baby kid, and I just liked walking around and being silly. I liked spending my money in the city, which is pretty much how I live my life now. So I have always been a very serious KK Slider fan. I don't remember any of my villagers from back then, but I do remember having Molly, she's the little duck. So yeah, I love Molly and I love her so much that I've had her on every single one of my islands. And so the second game that I played was New Leaf on the DS. I used to really play my DS a lot, even though I used to lose the games for it all the time, which I don't even know how I did that. I literally would not know where they went. They would just disappear. But even on New Leaf, even though I was a little bit older, I didn't really know what the purpose of the game was. I just liked running around talking to my villagers and stuff. I loved the island that you could go to with the turtle, and I still whenever someone plays the music from that island in their YouTube video, I always recognize it, and if I can find it, I'm gonna play it in this video. And then the fourth game, technically, because Happy Home Designer used to be a separate game, not how it's a DLC in the Switch version, but the fourth game I technically played was Pocket Camp, just because I wanted to fill a void until New Horizons came out. And that's where I met Filbert, my favorite villager in the world. I love Filbert. So the newest Animal Crossing I ended up playing was New Horizons, and I worked hard to make that house a home, and I ended up clearing the island. I really worked hard during lockdown, and I had all these things, but then I realized I didn't really like it, so I ended up just clearing the island. And then when Happy Home Designer came out, I unlocked that ability to decorate the villager houses, and then I never played again, which is so sad. It's just not the same feeling I had when I first started playing, because it's I have other responsibilities now. It's not like when I was in high school or it was during COVID where I was okay with spending hours on that game, because that was pretty much all I had to do. Another obvious game from my childhood was Minecraft. Obviously, you can still play Minecraft today, but now it's something that I only will play for 2 weeks and then I'll get off, because again, it's another thing where you have to do all these chores and stuff, I guess. You're really running a village or whatever. But shout out, my favorite Minecraft YouTubers were LD Shadow Lady and IHasCupquake. Oh, and Stampy. And then of course there's Roblox. I started playing Roblox close to when it first came out. I've had my account probably since, I think it's since 2011, maybe 2012. I've seen all of the like Roblox fashion trends come and go. If you guys want like a video on Roblox fashion trends throughout Roblox history, let me know because I would love to do that. My character has been through every Roblox fashion trend, but the most memorable games from like my childhood experience were Work at a Pizza Place, Natural Disaster Survival, Roblox High School. There was two, by the way, there were two different ones. There were also like the beginner fashion show games, and then Robloxian Pool. That was the first game I ever played. That was the first ever like 3D game I had to play on the computer, because before that was always Club Penguin, Animal Jam, etc. But anyways, I also played Sims 4. My first character was named Bobo Bob, and she was pink. She looked like me except she was pink. Like she wore all pink. And then I was really sad when she died. And I still enjoy the game today. I actually spent like a lot of money on a bunch of DLCs like a year ago. Right before or right after I got my wisdom teeth taken out, there was a newer update, don't remember which one it was, and it literally made the game unplayable for me, which actually like broke my heart because I was like, I just spent so much money on this. And I was also doing like the not so berry challenge. I think that's like a little Simsy challenge, and I wanted to do that so bad, but I couldn't because it was broken. So hopefully I can go back eventually. I think that the way they're going with the game is really sad. It was a broken game when it launched, and it's a broken game now. But my favorite virtual world by far, I think, and this might be a controversial take, is Build-A-Bearville. I don't know if like a lot of people know about Build-A-Bearville, because people talk about like Webkins. Like when people if you watch like a virtual world video, like someone talking about virtual worlds, they're not gonna bring up Build-A-Bearville. I don't know if there's a rewritten. I don't know if anyone's allowed to make a rewritten, but I used to play Build-A-Bearville all the time. I had so many bears, I had a giant house, and I loved when they added the mall, because you could work at the ice cream place, you could make sculptures, and you put the sculpture in your home, and I had like a giant one in my pink, like fuchsia pink house. And I wish I could go back, because they closed it down, and it was so sad. Because you had your bears, and then you also had like your human character, which was so awesome. You could also go to school, which like I loved going to school, because as a kid I loved school. Like I feel like when you're a baby kid, school is more like social and it's like fun and you're like learning stuff. And now I'm learning stuff that is really hard. So the fact that they had a school in Build-A-Bear, I was like, this is awesome, this is so fun. And I was always, I think you got to like, there's a chance you got to become the teacher, and I was like, I want to be the teacher so bad every single time. Would I ever be a teacher in real life? No, that's not my path. Also, Cody Simpson's songs were in there. I don't know if he had like a deal with them or something, he probably did. And then obviously I have to talk about Club Penguin. I had so many Puffles, and I really need to make like a sticker sheet with Puffles on it, but I also had the membership so many times, and I also had the membership when I went to the Sabrina Carpenter concert in Club Penguin. If you were there, then you know. That was the first and only Sabrina Carpenter concert I've ever been to. I hope that I get to go to a Sabrina Carpenter concert eventually, because I'm an OG fan. I was at her Club Penguin concert. I was supporting her through Girl Meets World. My only fan edits that I made on my baby kid iPad mini were of Sabrina Carpenter and Rowan Blanchard in Girl Meets World. Anyways, I also loved Animal Jam. Again, my Animal Jam house I turned into a school for me and my friends to RP in. And it had an American flag and a Filipino flag. Yeah, I would go back to it now if I had friends to play with. I might do it over like spring break or something, because I would love to go back to Animal Jam. And then another like peak virtual world for me, or I wish it was, I feel like there wasn't enough to do in there, especially if you didn't have a membership. It was Pixie Hollow Online. That game was so fun. I think it's the prettiest virtual world, obviously because you're like a fairy. But there just wasn't enough to do in there for me, and I wish that there was more. And then I also want to mention Webkins, because I love Webkins. Webkins is literally so cute. I don't remember all of the Webkins I had, but I just loved them, and I loved walking around as my Webkins, and they also just had fun games. I don't know if Webkins is still alive. I think it is. If it is, I want to play it. And then rapid fire honorable mentions. Girls Go Games, especially the time management games, which I mean, I probably was always meant to be a small business owner since all the games that I used to play were time management games, school math games, Vantage, Moshi Monsters, don't remember my Moshi Monster, Neopets, don't remember my Neopet. And then there's also this, I think it was a panda game. It's either a panda or a cat, but I think they walked like people, right? So they were, I think it was cat or a panda, and they walked like people, and then you could, I don't remember where you went, but I remember they were building a mall when I stopped playing the game. Actually, I did go back. I went back a couple times because I was just hoping that somehow magically that mall would be open. I don't remember what it was called, and I've watched several virtual world videos hoping that someone mentions this panda, cat, whatever game, and nobody has mentioned it. I feel like maybe I dreamed it, but there's no way. Because I remember playing it with my friend, and we never went back. So, if anyone knows the name of that panda game, I'll see if I can like draw like what it looked like from memory, what I remember about it, but I want to see if that mall ever got finished. Other honorable mention, Wizard 101. I didn't know what I was doing, so, and I didn't get into fights because I was scared. Oh my gosh, and Toontown. I love Toontown. I'd go back to Rewritten every like few years. I used to, but now I don't. Just because, again, I don't have time. I don't think games nowadays can recreate that feeling, because now the main form of virtual world that is popular is either Roblox or VR chat or VR chat in Roblox. And I don't think that I think VR chat and stuff like that, I don't like how it's not as censored. Even Roblox now, you don't have, like, they used to have the option where you could only like click certain like phrases to say, like hello, goodbye, thank you. It doesn't recreate the like wholesome feeling of being in a virtual world, doing your mini games and then building stuff. And I guess you could argue that something like Bloxburg does, but again, it doesn't, because it's a lot more complicated. I think it is way more complicated, like Bloxburg and everything. It's really overcomplicated, and then everything has a battle pass now. All the games have a battle pass now, because that's how they keep you coming, you know? Like, Animal Jam, I don't think used to have a battle pass. And I would come back just because it was a fun game. And I liked working my little job, walking around with my little cute pink animal. I feel like I can't be the only one that feels this way. And even on Roblox, I feel like Roblox is becoming like IMVU. Because I never played IMVU. That is like the scary place. That's like the dark version of like any virtual world, you know? I never played that. I liked playing the wholesome stuff, and I miss having that to go back to. But nobody is playing that anymore. So, yeah, that's how I feel. That's my feelings. I hope you guys like this, like, video format. I thought it would be fun. I saw Asia Ray do it one time, and I was like, this is like the best thing I've ever watched in my life. I like when she draws, and I draw, so including my speed paint here, which this Kingdom Hearts print is available on my Etsy shop if you actually really like that, if you care. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon, hopefully. I hopefully am gonna post maybe 1 to 2 times a month, maybe 2 times a month. Let's aim for that. And if I'm crazy, I can get up to once every week. So yeah, subscribe if you care. I make stuff, and I like to talk.